Okay, so I'm with Umar, who is head of Grow SAP. Umar, can you tell us more about the program and what you guys do?
Well, look, firstly, it's great to be here at Web Summit, the diverse customers that we're seeing around the scale up, and then we have the VCs and the many partners around Web Summit. SAP, as you know, is one of the largest, or is the largest tech company in Europe. Within SAP, we now have a Grow by SAP program, which in essence is a scale up within SAP. And it's ultimately helping scale up and startup customers with a two-pillar proposition. The first one is running on SAP, and this is us providing and helping customers scale with our full cloud portfolio of products, whether that's through running the foundation with a cloud ERP around finance, then you have HR and recruitment, we also have travel and expense and so on. So it's effectively helping customers in a 4 to 6 week period, help them implement in a very agile way. So that's the first part.
Okay.
The second proposition is effectively around how do we help the growth ambitions of our scale-up customers. And that could range from helping them with PR and marketing to gain more visibility in the market, putting them in touch with investors to grow, if they have more funding rounds appearing, how do we get more investment for them, and also really helping them nurture and taking advantage of SAP's 420,000 customers globally. So I think it's a really, really poignant moment that we're here, and even today we've had such fantastic and thrilling conversations with a number of customers, and I would encourage anyone that is here to come and speak with us.
Awesome. So Umar, given your expertise in this space, if I'm a startup and I'm just new to the market, where should my priorities lie in order to getting ahead with my startup?
Well, look, you can look at this in many ways. So if you look at the different buying centers and different stakeholders within an organization, if you're a CEO or a founder, your top priorities are to grow your top line, to move into new international markets, and also look at your product market fit and how you can actually expand that as well, or improve it. If you're a CFO, your top priorities are how do you preserve cash flow? How do you look at making sure that you have cost measures in place? And for that to happen, you need to have robust and automated processes in the back end, which you can actually holistically view your business and really, mitigate any sort of challenges that you may have in the short term, medium term, and also the long term. So I think it depends on who you ask within the scale-up customer in terms of whether you're a CFO, whether you're a CIO, or if you're a founder or a CEO. So it's quite diverse.
And if you could pinpoint one mistake that you see the most out of the startups you work with, what would it be?
I would probably say at the moment it's attracting the right person or the right people within the organization. I think trust is a big thing or big word that we often use in multiple facets of life. And I think once we bring the right people in and they understand where that company's going or what that market direction that they're going towards, I think you need to have trusted people working for you, all aiming for the right direction, but then also attracting the right talent in terms of credibility and understanding the content, understanding that current industry that they're in as well. And I think that's where maybe some startups or scale-ups are suffering right now, where they're not attracting the right players in incorporating to their business.
100%. I think people underestimate, their hiring strategy and think recruitment's easy, but actually, you really need to put a lot of thought behind it, because those key first 5-6 hires are going to be the ones that kind of grow your business and elevate it to the next level.
Exactly.
So it's important.
Exactly, very good point.
Are there any trends that you're seeing coming through the startups that you're working with on the program?
Good question. I think if I look holistically over the market right now, of course the current economic impact and the cost of living crisis that we're living in, a lot of the companies that we're speaking with are using technology as a foundation to help propel for the future. For example, in fintech, right, we're seeing, if you look at the current investment, it's not as high as it was a couple of years ago due to current interest rates and, like I said, the current cost of living. But we do see some positive momentum. Once we overcome this hurdle over the next couple of years, we will see a bounce back. But other industries like health tech are really booming at this moment in time because it's a propelling industry right now. And also technology such as the metaverse and Web3, we often hear about this a lot now. So these are sort of the forward sort of thinking companies are looking to expand into these markets right now. Also in our Nordic market unit, we're looking at a lot of the battery companies that are scaling up, looking at the sustainability angle as well to see how can they be more carbon efficient. There's many trends, and I think SAP in general as we operate in 24, 26 different industries, we really know how these companies operate, and of course helping nurture them as they overcome these challenging times as well.
Yeah, 100%. And I think in the past 2 years that we've all faced, there seems to be this drive to kind of make more impact with business. And a lot of the businesses here today, or the startups, seem to be kind of driven by tech for good, which is really nice to see. I know there's a big presence on the Planet Tech stage, which is on Friday, but it's really good to see the majority of startups here are tech for good.
Yeah, I agree. As I said at the very beginning, it's fantastic to see the number of scale-ups here, but then also the different tracks that we see at Web Summit today.
Yeah.
So we've got fintech tracks, we've got sustainability tracks, there's a couple of sports ones as well. So it's very diverse in terms of what the scale-ups are actually looking for, and also the venture capitalists, right, in terms of the current funding that they require. And you can see the growth ambitions that these customers have as well, which is lovely to see.
100%, 100%. And obviously SAP operates across Europe. If you had to say an area of Europe that was particularly booming for tech right now, where you're seeing the most activity, would you be able to pinpoint where that was?
It's a difficult question. I see there being multiple countries that are, having a good effect around the technology space right now. But if you look at the UK, it's a massive fintech hub, right? The growth opportunity in the UK for fintechs in particular is massive. If you look in France, there's tons and tons of opportunities there as well within the fintechs, and we're also seeing a lot around life sciences right now as well.
Oh, okay.
So life sciences and around health tech as well. A lot of the customers are looking to double down their efforts in terms of R&D development in this area, and also in the Nordics, as I mentioned earlier on, around the whole sustainability and the whole battery market as well. As we're going fully electric, the EV market is exploding right now as well. So I can't pinpoint one exact location, but the UK, France, the Nordic countries as well, those are quite prominent right now.
It's interesting to hear about the different trends in different countries as well, like the focus on sustainability in the Nordics and fintech in the UK and France. Why do you think that is?
I think all of those industries have some play in those countries, but I think the market is shifting more so in some of those countries because of the customers that they have.
Yeah.
And also if you look at some of the scale-ups, some of the investments that they get from VCs and private equity firms is mainly based in those specific countries as well for those specific use cases or those type of scenarios. So I don't see it just being pointed to one country. I see it being quite holistic, but there are of course some countries that have its own niches compared to the others. So that's what we're seeing right now.
Awesome. Thank you, Umar.
Thank you very much.